Good morning, YouTube. Hey, it's another great day. Today I'm actually just kind of putzing around, and I decided that I'd work in the office, and it's supposed to rain, by the way, and the humidity's through the roof. That's why I'm not working on the boat. The temperature is great, but the humidity's unbelievable. It's supposed to start raining any minute now, and anyway, whatever. Excuses, I know, but I don't want the rehash of what I've already had, that white resin turning white in there. I just don't want that. So I'm taking my time. I'm going to do it right when I get a chance. Hopefully, middle of the week, I'm thinking, well, actually Tuesday, I think, as they said, it's going to be warm and no rain. So that may be our opportunity to get back on the boat. But in the meantime, I'm working on the A of the A-frame. So the rafter on top. I went up there at first with the board and measured it off and marked it on both sides, and then tried to help hold the board and screw it in and get it was just a mess, right? So what I've done is I've chalk lined from one end to the other where it's supposed to go, and then from this end to that where it's supposed to go, where it's supposed to beat up. And then I just took this piece of door trim that I had laying around and screwed it on that line so it can hold this side while I screw in this side. You know, it's kind of one of those things when you're by yourself, you just kind of got to figure out a way, right? And so that's what I've come up with. There's probably 300 better ways that you guys know about, but this will do it just fine for me. I thought about putting one on the other side as well, and then I could just set the board there and then screw it in. But really, I mean, if I put one side in, I definitely could screw the other side, so that'd kind of be a waste of time. So that's what I'm up to. The neighbors are jackhammered over there, so if you hear that bop, 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 that's what that is. A lot of people have asked me about that. Yes, that's a neighbor putting in a basement over there, so they will be building on the far side of my building here shortly. It is what it is. It's a growing neighborhood. You know, I like the country, but I didn't buy the land, so, you know, there's gonna be a house there. You know, I do have two lots, you know, well, you probably don't know, but I do have two lots already, and you have to pay an HOA fee for each of the lots, yada, yada, yada. I know a lot of people wouldn't move if there's an HOA, but, you know, we fell in love with the land and the house, the way it goes down to the water, you know. So this is where we are, and we're not moving now. All right, so I'm gonna put the time-lapse on and get busy and work on that A-frame. See how far we can go. I don't know. Until it's supposed to be storming here soon. Actually, I should go get the wood out of the basement. Actually, I'll go get the wood out of the basement that I need for finishing this up, so I don't have to do that in the rain. And then I'll get back on this. All right. Welcome to my life. All right, so it's coming along pretty good. I couldn't do any more rafters because I'm out of wood. I got to go get it. And then I kind of just switched the gears and splicing this stuff in. Because I need to make this flush with the drywall. The 2x6 is here because I'm putting a big screen TV there. I'm not exactly sure how I'll mount it. I'm probably going to mount it about this high. So I'll probably have to put a couple more in there just to catch the mounts. But anyway, that was my idea there. The rest of them I'm just putting 2x6s on. Something for the drywall to catch, right? Because it needs to be supported. I put another one in there just to keep that in line with that. And I was thinking about that. I'll probably put a couple more in there just so if somebody pushes something against that drywall, there's something behind it to hold that drywall from breaking through. Because I don't have the 16 on center, right? So that's probably a good amount of placement is every 16 inches just to put one, especially down at the bottom where people are going to tend to lean stuff up against there or whatever, on the inside, the drywall side. So I'll probably work on that. In the meantime, it started raining. I don't know if you can hear that. It's supposed to have been thunderstorming all day, and I was supposed to start at 10. There was a little one at 10, but now it's about 12, and it's still just now raining. So, all right, let me get back to work. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm putting in the pieces I need for the drywall to secure against. So this side comes this way and it'll secure against this board. But I need something for that drywall to hit on this side. And they didn't put anything in, so I'm in here finishing that out. And I'll need to do it all the way up this wall and then across the top and across down the other side. And if you can hear that, it is pouring outside. They said it's gonna rain most of the day. And it has rained a couple times, but now the storm is kind of kicking in. So it's raining. It's raining. I still don't have gutters yet because I still need to do my posts, but you know, one thing at a time. I'll get there. I'll get there. Actually, I think I have the 2x6s, 2x4s treated down the basement. Now that I was just down there getting scraps to do that, so I probably need to bring those up. But right now, I'm just working on this wall, scrapping in these pieces, little by little, getting it ready for the drywall, for that wall to go in. So the goal is to have everything ready to drywall, then I'll insulate, or do electric, then insulate, and then we'll go from there. All right, so I'm installing this door here. It's probably too early. I'll probably be working around it, wishing I hadn't put it in there. But I just wanted to get it out of the way. So I'm doing it by myself. I just measured off where it should be. It should be 4 inches. So I put screws there. So when I push it in, it doesn't fall through because I'm working by myself. And then I'll shim it and then I'll get it pushed in there. I'm not really worried about sealing underneath the door or anything, just because the floor kind of does this right there anyway. And it's inside, even though it's external door, exterior door. The only reason I did exterior door is so that it would be, the heat and cool of that room wouldn't transfer over into this room. So that's kind of why I did it. That may tend to be a pain in the butt though later, because the threshold will be in the way when I push cars in there or whatever. But you know, I think I can live with that just to keep that place to temperature controlled and keep that from transferring into here, because this will just probably just be what it is. So yeah, so I put my 4 screws in there just to make sure it doesn't fall through. I'll go in now, take the handles off, and then push it in, making sure it sticks out a 1/2 inch on the other side for the drywall. And yeah, and then that'll get that out of my way. And yeah, so I'll just make sure it's level, and I'll shim it and all that stuff here in a second. But just wanted to let you know what I was doing, why I was doing it. So I think next I got to bust these shim stoppers, our door stoppers off, and then take the handles off. And then I think I can push it into where it needs to be. I will probably pre-screw in the threshold on the outside, even though you're not supposed to do that, just because I'm not worried about it being for security. It's just between my doors. Now, I'll still put my screws through my hinges that hold it in once I shim it. But just because I'm working by myself, I probably will put 2 screws on the outside in the threshold before I even mess with anything else. But we'll see. All right, let me get busy on this. So I'm going to call it a day today, but we got the door in, so that's kind of cool. Little sign that my mom gave me a long time ago. 2016 is actually the year we bought the house. This was supposed to go on that garage, but I always said, well, I'm going to build a garage. I'd rather the sign go on that. So yeah, but of course it got the rafters in, half of them ones I had wood for, and then we scabbed in a bunch of stuff here, and then I put some stuff to hang stuff on the wall, whether I put a big screen TV bracket or something here, I'm not sure, but also put a plug there. Put another bracket over there with a plug, put another plug up on this wall here. Now, of course, there's ones all around the bottom, but I figured there might be a neon sign or something there. I'm probably going to put one up here too. I was discussing it, probably in line with this window, so that I can put something on the wall there. And then, yeah. So anyway, just trying to think out stuff like that. So that's what I was working on. I have to get some more wood, but you know, it's late in the day, and I think that's going to be it for today. It was a pretty good day for not having a real agenda. Yeah, and stuff I needed to do anyway. All right, well, I'll see you in a minute. All right, so you're not gonna be able to see this from the, oh, and good morning. It's another day. I just started recording and I didn't really talk at all because you knew what I was doing. But this board is so twisted, it just won't pull in. It's just that last few feet, couple feet. So I'm gonna go ahead and come back here to the line here and cut it where I can get it to lay flat. It's just so twisted. I thought because of its length that I could get it pulled in, but it's just not grabbing good enough. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it and just put another piece up in there. So that's what I'm up to. I know from the ground in the speed film, you're probably wondering what the heck I'm doing, but that's what I'm doing. All right, let me cut this. All right, so I got this pretty buttoned up. I got a place everywhere for the drywall to go now on this wall. I still have one corner that they missed over in there that I got to get, but that's besides the point. But there is one thing I want to change here. So where this top board is where I want to put the train to go around the top. I'm going to put a train that's going to go through around the entire office. And it's easy to find the studs here to put the brackets on, to put it on this wall and that wall and that wall and that wall and that wall. But this wall, so if I put the train at that level where that first board is, I'll need something for the brackets to go against. So when they're pushing, they have something to go against. So even though I put all these little blocks in here, I'm going to go pull them all out. And then I'm just going to put another 10-foot 2x4 across all the way down to the other side. Just for that shelf, or when I put those clamps, brackets. So when I put those brackets on, they have something to push against other than drywall. So that's my thought anyway. Don't expect that anytime soon, by the way. But that's the long-term goal, is to put a train ramp. So let me prepare for that. Let me get a 2x4 right about in the middle of that, all the way down, and then that way I have something there to work with later when I'm trying to mount the dang thing. All right, and I probably don't have to go too much further down. I'll probably won't go far at all, actually. I'll probably take the 2x4 block, turn it sideways, and just put the 2x4 right on that all the way down. All right, well, let me get at this. right, that feels a little better. I got it all a little cleaned up, got the floor cleaned up, put stuff away. It's getting pretty junky in here. I still got a lot of stuff, but I mean, that's gonna be used up. But yeah, we got our framing in and all the places we needed for the drywall. We got the extra boards in for the train and the big screen TVs and the shadow boxes and the pictures and whatever else we put on the wall. I do need to put one more box on this wall, which I will do. And then probably one up in there somewhere for the train as well. But we'll worry about that when we get there. Because I'm going to have to kind of bring that along through here and around at some level and then back out. And then I'll put the transformer stuff up there and probably block that off and have like a little flip lid where I can get in there just in case the train falls over up in there or something. But yeah, I think it's going to look pretty good. Anyway, just trying to think out all the electric needs that I have and make sure that I have boxes everywhere I need. I'll need to get can lights and get those lighted in probably pretty soon. I just need to figure out what cans I want and go from there. So once those are up, I can insulate the ceiling. And the same thing with the walls. Once I get the boxes in the walls, I can insulate that. I probably will need to run my vent for my bathroom out so that is out through the ceiling and get that done. That'll be a whole nother project. There's lots of little projects that need to be done, right? Things are looking good. I am so tempted just to drywall that wall just so it's walled off, you know. But we'll see. I mean, I've done it before where I leave a 1/2 inch gap around and then I just slide the ceiling in there. Works out just fine. It's just, you know, it's not the proper way. But hey, I'm not necessarily doing things the proper way. I'm just doing them the way I want them done. All right. So yeah, let me finish cleaning up, and I think that's going to be it for me for the day. It was good. It was a good day. I got a lot done. Very happy. Very happy. All right. See you. All right, YouTube. Hey, I haven't even been filming this, but you know, the drain that comes in here. I'm just continuing the pipe down. I was actually doing some digging for a neighbor, and I was doing this for them, so I thought, you know, I should do my own. So yeah, I just went and got the pipe and then continued on out, and I'm about to cover it up and put it in the ground. So that'll be another project done. All right, well, let me get to work.